Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. Today we would like to share with you about the topic advantage and disadvantage of genetically modified farming products. I'm Thu Hương and my partners are Vân Trang, Hương Ly and Zoom. First of all, let's find out what is genetically modified farming products. Genetically modified farming products or GMOs that have been added an adaptation to an inherent plant help them carry the desired traits of humans. Genetically modified plants were around 20 years ago. There are currently 18 million farmers in 28 countries planting this crop, with a total area of over 180 million hectares. Among them, the most prominent is the USA, where almost 90% of food is genetically modified food. In Vietnam, in 2010, a survey of the Department of Food Safety mentioned that one-third of the food samples contain genetically modified ingredients. We can see 20 years ago, genetically modified food was quite popular around the world, and over time this condition has increased. So, is genetically modified food beneficial? I will point out four merits of GMOs. Crop protection is the first benefit I want to talk about. As expected by scientists, genetically modified plants have superior properties than other common plants, such as higher pest resistance, less yielding pesticides, less water waste, and lower carbon emissions. For example, in the USA, drought-tolerant corn, which has been genetically modified, has reduced transpiration by up to 18%. As a result, environmental pollution has been decreased.
Moreover, genetically modified foods also bring huge economic benefits to producers or users because they can create higher productivity, save a large number of pesticides. A survey of a food company in the US showed that applying GMO crops has helped the US decline nearly 50 million pounds of pesticides a year. GMO is really a source of huge amount to almost $16 billion, means more than one-fifth the value of agricultural products global. The scientists also point out this scientific achievement has saved people from famine, while the world's population is increasing constantly in recent decades. I agree with this opinion because when farmers grow food that carries good genes, the higher output of crops rises, the more food supply has, and the less number of people die. Genetically modified foods can also increase nutritional value and enhance flavor. For example, American molecular biologist Horton Dodo genetically modified to eliminate deadly allergens in a peanut.
It is clear that we can't deny the benefits of genetically modified food. Over 2,000 studies have shown there is no case of any illness related to genetically modified food. However, in fact, GM food have been banned in some countries such as Greece and Australia, and the sale of this kind of food here is illegal. So the question is, what are the risks of genetically modified food? First of all, they can lead to several serious diseases. Production of GM crops can cause the risk of allergic reaction associated with the transfer of gene. If a protein from one food is incorporated into other dangerous reaction, it can result in people with allergies. It is also believed that eating GM food can contribute to the development of cancer. Researchers argue that because the disease is caused by mutation in DNA, it is dangerous to introduce new genes in the body. In fact, American eat genetically modified food the most in the world, and the US is also the country with the obesity rate highest. Secondly, raising in producing genetically food can lead to a lower level of biodiversity. One big potential drawback of making GM food is some organism in the ecosystem could be harmed, which could lead to a lower level of biodiversity. It is believed that a genetically modified crop can prove toxic to some organisms, which can lead to a reduced number of plant breeding or even extinction. Thirdly, is unusual taste. GM food are observed to have a natural state compared with the ordinary one that are sold on the market. That could be the result of the substances that were added to their composition.
The last disadvantage of this is widening gap of corporate size. The disadvantage can possibly happen between food-producing giants and their smaller counterparts, causing consolidation in the market. There would be fewer competitors, which could increase the risk of oligopolies and food price increase. Moreover, larger companies might have more political power and might be able to influence safety and health standards. To conclude, genetically modified food is really worthy of praise, scientific achievement, but the risk implicit in it is also very disturbing. There are nearly types of genetically modified foods are being consumed in Vietnamese market, from the familiar foods such as corn, oil, soy, pumpkins, to almost types of foods like chips, ice cream, and sausages. Then, how do we get to know them? I will show you 3 tips for identifying genetically modified foods. Firstly, let's get to know them through external form. The GMO products are more improved than the same original, so they have more eye-catching color, shapes, and bigger and more evenly sized. Secondly, genetically modified foods sold in large supermarkets in Vietnam require labels, so please pay attention to abbreviation GMO-free or non-GMO. And the last one of that is get to know them through code. This is the easiest method to know the GMOs. If the number had 5 digits on the stem, starting with the number 8, then it is genetically modified food. Also, if it starts with number 9, it is food 100% organic. That's all we want to share. Thank teacher and my classmates had attention. If anyone has further questions, please contact us.